Good day, everyone. I am Irene C. Satorinas. I will be presenting my study entitled Administrative Deloading, Instructional Practices, and Teaching Performance of School Heads in Small Public Elementary Schools in the Division of Mistake City, a mixed method study and narrative review. For the introduction and context, it highlights that in the Philippines, basic education quality is tied to effective school leadership. It explains the dual role of school heads as instructional leaders and administrative managers, and the Republic Act 9155 establishes a dual mandate for educational leadership. As instructional leader, focuses on pedagogy and achievement. Responsibilities include supervising instruction, ensuring curriculum alignment, and supporting teacher professional development. For administrative manager, focuses on organizational efficiency. Responsibilities include financial management, procurement, personnel administration, and strict compliance reporting. For the research problem, identifies the core conflict, increasing administrative responsibilities such as financial management, reporting, procurement, often consume time that be dedicated to instructional leadership. This is particularly challenging in small schools with limited staffing. The, the statement of the problem outlines the primary goal of determining interplay between instructional leadership and administrative tasks. It lists specific questions regarding respondents' profile, leadership levels, administrative task extent, and teaching performance before and after the performance management and evaluation system or the PMS, investigating the mechanics of teaching excellence in Bisig City, providing the context. What are the demographics of school heads and teachers? It includes the age, sex, education, experience, and generational cohorts. Assessing execution. To what extent do school heads manifest instructional leadership, division, support, supervision versus administrative tasks such as strategy operations, stakeholder engagement, and measuring impact and friction? How does teaching performance shift before and after the performance management and evaluation system or the PMS implementation? What life challenges restrict this enhancement? The core question: how do instructional leadership and administrative task levels interact to enhance teaching performance? For the theoretical framework, this study is anchored on two pillars: the instructional leadership theory of Hallinger and Murphy, focusing on vision and professional growth, and administrative management theory of Henry Fayol, focusing on organizational efficiency through planning and coordinating. As instructional leadership theory of Hallinger and Murphy of 1985 argues that leaders directly shape teaching quality. Core focus: articulating a clear vision, supervising pedagogical instruction, and fostering professional growth. Administrative management theory of Fayol of 1916 argues that organizational efficiency sustains the mission. The core focus, the POSD CORV framework, such as planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting. Hybrid educational management theory. Effective school heads must integrate both, leveraging administrative efficiency, create the necessary space and resources for sustained instructional excellence. The conceptual framework visualizes the pathways to teaching excellence framework. It shows how demographic profiles and leadership dynamics, the instructional versus administrative, influence the final goal: improve teaching performance across the Bistic City Division. The demographic profile of respondents, the characteristics and generational cohorts, such as baby boomers, generated Generation Z, Generation X, and Generation Y. The key factors include age, the sex, education, and experience. For the pillars of instructional leadership, focus on academic guidance, the school vision, instructional support, supervision, and continuous professional development. For the core administrative task domains, it focuses on organizational management such as strategic leading, resource management, stakeholder engagement, and developing self and others. And for the final goal of the teaching performance outcomes is to improve teaching performance across the Bistig City Division. The final measurable target for all teachers within the Bistig City, influenced by respondent profile and leadership profile. For the methodology research design, details the sequential explanatory mixed methods approach. It combines a quantitative phase, the descriptive, correlational, and quasi-experimental, with a qualitative phase to explore life experiences and challenges. For phase 1, the quantitative engine utilizes a descriptive, correlational, and quasi-experimental design, maps the extent of leadership practices and administrative tasks, and measures the pre and post of performance management and evaluation system shifts across the division. For phase 2, the qualitative context, it utilizes a phenomenological design. In-depth interviews and focus group discussions extract the life experiences and nuanced challenges of school heads balancing these dual roles. And for phase 3, the triangulation, it integrates statistical realities with localized narratives to form a comprehensive, culturally grounded understanding of school management. For the research locale and respondents, identifies the division of Bislig City as the local covering 8 districts. It describes the stratified random sampling used to select 44 school heads and 232 teachers to ensure proportional representation. For the research instruments and data collection, describes the tools used, the DepEd mandated PMS for teaching performance, and researcher-made questionnaire for leadership and administrative tasks. It also mentions the semi-structured interview guides for the qualitative component. For the statistical treatment, list the tools for analysis, mean for percentage level, and Pearson's correlation for relationship, the Z-test, the four differences in performance management and evaluation system scores, and thematic analysis for qualitative interview data. For the statistical treatments mapped to specific research inquiries, frequency, percentage, and mean used to build the demographic profile and establish baseline levels of leadership, admin tasks, and teaching performance. The Pearson's correlation are deployed to test the relationship between respondents' profiles and their manifested instructional leadership practices. And the Z-test applied to mathematically assess the significance of the difference in teaching performance pre and post PMS implementation. And for the thematic analysis, utilized to synthesize the qualitative interview transcripts, extracting the core challenges school needs based on the ground. The executing study with rigorous ethical and procedural safeguards is fully compliant with the Data Privacy Act of 2012 and the Republic Act 10173. For phase one, the authorization, securing first the formal approval from the school's division superintendent. Then phase two, informed consent, conducting orientations to explain scope, risk, and privacy safeguards before obtaining written consent. For phase three, securing data gathering, administrative validated tools with double entry audit procedures to prevent encoding errors. And for phase four, the anonymization, encrypting all electronic files, coding all identifiers, securely disposing of data, post data to guarantee absolute confidentiality. The aligning local leadership practices with global development targets, the significance of the study and the SDG alignment explains how the research benefits DepEd, school heads, and learners. It explicitly links to the study of Sustainable Development Goals, specifically SDG 4, the quality education, driving inclusive, equitable, and technologically responsive teaching through enhanced organizational readiness. And SDG 9, the industry, innovation, and infrastructure, building institutional capability and modernizing the management of public educational facilities. And SDG 16, the peace, justice, and strong institution, fostering effective, accountable, and adaptive school leadership capable of sustaining quality basic service. And SDG 17, partnerships for the goals, encouraging active collaboration between the school heads, parents, and community stakeholders to support sustainable educational systems. And for the conclusions of the study, the literature confirms that instructional leadership is a significant contributor to teaching performance in public elementary schools. The effectiveness of instructional leadership is strongly motivated by administrative workload. And the third one, without adequate task deloading, school heads struggle to maintain meaningful instructional engagement. And for the recommendations for further study, further research should empirically examine the mediating role of administrative tasks of deloading between instructional leadership and teaching performance using mixed methods. And studies focusing on the impact of administrative staffing policies across division would provide evidence to guide leadership development and policy refinement. And that would be all. Thank you for your active listening and attention.